Hello, fellow warriors against consensus reality, lovers of truth, wisdom, the esoteric path, lovers of irreverence and sarcasm, slayers of two-faced hypocritical gobshites. Oh, I love this time of the year. I love what passes for winter here. Yeah, that's... I can actually sleep. Some people get what is known as seasonal depression. I get it during summer because I shut down. I fucking hate it. I rarely sleep. I've more than 4 hours on a typical night during summer. I fucking hate it. I wasn't built for sun, sand and surf, okay? There are times when I jokingly say, because I've got a slight light sensitivity, I sometimes jokingly say that I may be part vampire. No gobshites, no mouthy cunts talking at the tops of their voices at 7:20 a.m. No nagging. Fuck, I love that. That's one thing I do not miss. Nagging, right? But it is what it is. And which brings us to today's video. It's kind of interesting that some people expect me by now to immediately do ranty videos. See, when that starts to happen, you know I'm going to go totally the other way. I mean, my last one wasn't really a ranty video anyway. When I have something to say and information to share, I will do so. When I'm pissed off about anything and sprinkle some homegrown truths in there, I'll do that also. That's the benefit of being a lone wolf and a hermit in an increasingly fucked up, decadent, clueless, backward, upside down society where more and more people are cold-hearted, mean-spirited cunts and less willing to help their fellow human like they used to when I was a child playing outside on my skateboard. Yeah, those days are over. And these 2 years of scamdemic have proven what heartless, mean-spirited, cold-hearted cunts modern people are. Especially Australia will be forever known as a country where people rushed to buy toilet paper. Oh, I will never understand that as long as I live. My poor elderly mother, who was alive at the time, asked, why are these people buying toilet paper? Shouldn't they be buying food? Yeah, indeed. Right? You would think so. When I went to Aldi during the first year of this scamdemic, there was plenty of fresh produce. Meat products, no problem. It was hand sanitizers and tissues and toilet paper that the shelves were stripped of. And, you know, pasta and canned goods. I'm thinking, what's wrong with you fucking people? And then I realized these people are thoroughly brainwashed. These people are mindless, passive consumers. These people are so plugged into the mainstream media propaganda machine that you start hearing more and more people whom you've never heard this from before talking about misogyny this and misogyny that and patriarchy, right? You have been fucking brainwashed. There is no misogynism in today's world. It is a world, we're living in a world of gynocentrism. A man can look in a woman's direction, and if she doesn't find him attractive, she can later claim that he sexually assaulted her or harassed her. Many of you guys saw that clip with that gym whore, right? Where she was taking off, putting on layers of clothing, and some guy who actually worked at the gym sort of looked in her direction, and the look on his face didn't say, "Oh damn," it said, "What the fuck?" Because she kept removing and adding layers of clothing, while of course filming herself, because that's what the modern woman does. And then they post it to TikTok and seek validation from anyone and everyone. Alright, because that's how so little self-respect modern women have. See, and those of us who actually don't think with our dick are actually not afraid to call out the brutal truth. And here it is. Modern women. Oh, and in case you start saying, oh, you know, Western women. No, global women. Unless you're living in a village far away from mainstream media, you've been thoroughly brainwashed by this shit as well. So you guys going to Philippines and Asia and all this fun, you're deluding yourself. See, you go to Asia and then you find this more traditional woman, and what do? You bring her back to your Western world, where she makes female friends and gets brainwashed, and 10 years later, you're being divorce raped. Oh, I know, he said raped. Oh no. He doesn't use those fucking stupid code words that two certain channels do. Oh, I'm up to 152 subs now, so fuck you, right? and so it's pointless. You are deluding yourselves. Because these modern women, these modern entitled women, are nothing more than emotionally and mentally 3-4-year-old children in a grown female body. Simple fact. That is a simple fact. Gone are the women of old who, under hardship, through 2 world wars, were single-handedly keeping the household going. And they didn't know whether the husband was going to come back alive or not. Or becoming a widow at the age of 34 with 4 young children on your hands, with your so-called community against you, telling you, why don't you keep half and the other half you can give to a orphanage? Or, oh, look at the widow, she's spending a lot of money, on a couch, instead of, so her 4 young children won't sit on a plank in the lounge room. Right? You want to talk about strong, empowered women? There it is. Not becoming a mouthy, entitled, deluded, whoring cunt, like an increasing number of modern women are these days. Yes, you will find old-fashioned type women. They are out there, but they're extremely rare. And if you do happen to, you won't find them on dating sites. No, firstly, you guys who waste all your time on dating sites, you're wasting your fucking time. You may, by chance, come across one of these old-fashioned type of women, and if you do, then good luck, because you're extremely fortunate. But that is what it is. And this same world where so many people are brainwashed, if you do your research, if you actually look into it more deeply, you're realizing that they're doing it on purpose. They want people fighting and focus on each other instead of what, quote unquote, they are doing to take away more and more of our freedoms and way of life, and indeed bring in the Orwellian nightmare world that he tried to warn us about all those years ago. And of course, let's bring in this Agenda 2030 bullshit by making everything so damn expensive that people are going to be begging for an alternative solution. Presto! Smart cities! Right? They want everyone in little fucking boxes plugged into the great machine where they know exactly what you're doing, and now they're working on what you're thinking at all times, at all hours of the day. And of course, people are just mindlessly going along with it. Which is why, in this day and age, as a straight man, especially a straight European man, because we're the devil, remember, right? Apparently. And so, what do? You disconnect from society for the most part. You become lone wolf. You become hermit, and you cocoon yourself in your own little world where surrounded by things that you enjoy and bring a smile to your face. And you say increasingly, you know what, fuck the rest of the world. They demonize me and sort of think I'm a toxic man. Well, fine, good luck. And I made myself this vow as well. If I see on public transport or out in public anywhere, if I see a woman being attacked by guys, I will turn the other way and keep walking. That's the world you've created, ladies. Enjoy it. And I was watching this video where these women were deluded enough to think that they are physically the physical equal of a man, and so they were talking about in the context of firefighters, right? And of course, a male firefighter can go into a burning building and carry a person outside, but of course, women are not the physical equal to a man. That's just a fact, ladies. You can get butthurt all you like. Biology matters. You are physically weaker and not equal to a man. That is a fact. So you can imagine when I'm out and about and I say these little puny female police officers, I'm thinking, I could fucking squash you with one hand. You're kidding, aren't you? And these little fucking puny females, get fucked. You think any sort of perpetrator or criminal is going to be afraid of you? Fuck off. When the shit hits the fan, you've seen the meme. When the shit hits the fan, when it's crisis time, no one looks for a feminist. It's amazing how during crisis times, feminists turn into helpless, blubbering women, right? Yeah, funny that. Where's a strong and empowered agenda? Because, once again, so many people are allowing themselves to be brainwashed by this false propaganda ideology. And now I am so glad I don't have young children. And for those of you who do, I fucking feel for you, because they want your children. They want to brainwash your children with this drag shows and... What was a report? They took children to a strip club. They are trying to sexualize your children. So perhaps now, those of you who thought about doing homeschooling or an alternative similar to that, now is the fucking time. Because now they want to even remove... They wish to replace... biology with gender studies. Well, I'm sorry, but biology fucking matters. That's a fact. And and by the way, ladies, this MGTOW and Red Pill didn't invent the wall. Biology did. Yeah, it's not my fault if being 51 effectively and having a full head of hair and no wrinkles, that's not my problem, that's biology. Right? It's not my problem if a woman the same age looks like curdled milk. That's biology. And I will say once again, the worst enemy is not feminist women, it's simping men. White knighting in the hope of getting any kind of pussy, which of course these women look at them and think that they're absolutely fucking pathetic and they're just their mindless little drones. So you simping assholes, yeah, sorry, that's really not going to have the desired effect. Oh, and the drama sphere, right? YouTube, there are so many different groups of drama-loving cunts on YouTube. It's incredible. I'm glad I've separated myself. And when I went into the chat of a drama stream, of course, there was only one person that said hello, whereas before everyone would be friendly and whatever. And I'm thinking, right, so when I decide to remove myself from all this useless drama shit, because life is too short to worry about this shit, people turn away. And you know what? I laugh. I laugh because when you're no longer connected to the hive mind, yeah, people aren't going to react very positively to it because you have the courage to actually truly think for yourself. And so, what's your natural reaction? You become lone wolf for your own sanity and your peace of mind. And you know what? That's fine because you're not bothering anybody. You're not harming anyone. You're making decisions for your own life. And that's a simple fact. And in this day and age, especially with groceries becoming more expensive, and we're about to be hit with very expensive electricity bill in a few months. I even got a letter in the mail the other day saying how much more expensive it's going to be. I mean, I'm glad that it's just me, and during quote-unquote winter, I don't have the need to use a heater. But for a lot of people who are in the typical family situation, yeah, people are going to be screwed for this, all because of this fake climate change agenda, right? They don't, I'll say it once again before I go, that quote-unquote they, you know, the vested interests who are really in charge of each Western nation and tell the elected official what to do, the ones that control the flow of the money and resources and blah, 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 that control the mainstream media and all the rest of it. They don't give a fuck about the climate. They don't give a fuck about black people. They don't give a fuck about women. So the sooner all you idiots start to realize that, the sooner you can fucking disconnect and wake up to yourselves. Because they don't give a fuck about gay people or trans or fuck knows whatever isms people are jumping on the bandwagon of these days. They don't give a fuck. They are heartless, mindless group of sociopaths. They don't give a fuck. They look at people as consumers, as resource guzzling consumers. They could not have more contempt for normal everyday people if they tried. You want a revolution? Think for yourself. As my ancient namesake would suggest at this point, how about we build an empire of the mind? Thinking for oneself, educating oneself. I mean, I've really run out of book room, even floor piles, right? And you know what? I love it because these idiots can't go in and change and edit anything. Which is why I still prefer physical CDs, because you go into... I found this the other day. I was in Spotify and Apple Music, they both did it. There was a certain Scorpions CD. And of course, they removed it. I'm thinking, what the actual fuck? And when I did eventually find a playlist of it, half the songs were gone, were greyed out. That doesn't happen with a physical CD. They cannot take it away from you. And one word of advice before I go. Learn the art of stripping unnecessary extra expenses from your life, you will not only feel the mental, emotional weightlifting from your shoulders, but you'll also realize that, hey, you're actually able to survive on less money and be okay. I mean, I had to get rid of channel memberships and, the bulk of the Patreon pledge things. That's just extra that I don't need. I love these channels and everything, but I just can't afford it. But with the way electricity is going to be in this country, yeah, I'm thinking, no, sorry. So, and that's it. I mean, a guy living on his own can really get by with less. It's modern women who are resource and money suckers. Of course, like I said, old-fashioned girls, they will find a way to make their own preserves, right? Jam and things like that, and apple butter and things like that. Old-fashioned girls will do that. Old-fashioned girls will do what women of old did. Recycle a use of a certain object, which is what people used to do in the old days, where they used to go to shopping centres with cloth bags, and there was no plastic bag anywhere to be fucking seen. Where we actually had washable, reusable milk bottles that we left out for the milkmen. When we had such things. I fondly remember that from my childhood days, when we had the baker and the milkman visit every single fucking day, before multi-billion-dollar conglomerate supermarkets took over absolutely fucking everything and killed the beloved corner shop. So yeah, now is the time to wake up, people. Now is the time to realise that you're being lied to, you're being used. Wake the fuck up, think for yourself, disconnect from the propaganda machine. While you still can, right? Yes, and of course, as always, to speak the truth is a lonely fucking path. The heathen hammer-wielding, Abrahamic gobshite slang, sarcastic, irreverent lone wolf on guitar, out.